Matt, by the way, if you could roll initiative for me, I'd appreciate it. You're the last one I don't have initiative for.
Sure thing. 5.
All right. Surprisingly, not the worst one.
Oh.
You're like halfway down the list. But anyway, last we left off, you guys were traveling, continuing down away from Drubenlode, knowing that you're pursued by Theo's Ring. You had an encounter with Tarkus, this large gnoll that both Jaecar and Rune have ties to, have been trying to sort of track down to get more answers into their respective curses. He basically told them to head to Nature's End, beyond the city of Gwardan, to receive more answers. And as you all were heading down there, some conversations were had, and eventually you saw a gathering of people, about 15 people, that were very quickly moving along further up into the sort of mountainside. And long story short, you all kind of eventually, with your hand, were forced to confront these people, as Lumen was going to either way, and he seemed rather compelled by his snake companion, which you all did not realize he had until he revealed it in a spectacular fashion. It's this massive serpent that seemed to coalesce from the chain that is around Lumen's arm. These people seem to be worshippers of a rival god, and there seemed to be some sort of combat happening. But with that being said, Rune, you are first with a 24.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot I rolled really good. So just to refresh here, did someone call out about the civilians? I think Lumen did.
Somebody did. You see
Lumen.
that? So the little fist people, they are just
regular
looking villagers that look terrified. Like they look like they were coming, like they were interested. They look like they're getting ready to run. The dagger people look like they're pulling out just basic, melee weapons, nothing too crazy. You see that most of them have like some sort of scimitar or short sword or something like that. They look like they're either ready to fight you or turn on the villagers that are getting ready to run. The guys, the range people, they look like hired guards, and they seem a little bit confused, but it looks like that most of them are ready to fulfill the purpose that they've been hired for and protect the people. And then these two over here, of course, are like the priests that are leading this.
Gotcha. Okay, so we need to get rid of the guys that are probably going to kill the villagers first. Okay. So I will... I'm fairly certain I'm in range. Yeah, 20. I'm gonna take a shot at this guy if I can.
Go for it.
Okay. You saw my laser, right?
Yep.
Cool. Wait. Before I do that, Giant's Might, real quick. So, big room. So now I'll hit.
Civilians are the fists?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh boy, I can't roll above 10. 13 on the first one.
They're wearing robes, so 13 does hit.
Oh, thank
They
God.
don't have a very high AC.
Okay. So that's D8 plus. Ooh. So it's 12 regular pierce gun. Oh, okay.
They're just people in robes. They're just cultists.
Okay. So the other one that's close to a villager over here. Pew
Okay.
pew. One more. 18.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I'm still rolling below a 10. 9
9 damage.
plus. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not done though.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. He's dead.
I didn't know how low their health was. Okay.
Yeah, it's 9. They have 9 health.
Oh, sweet, amazing.
They're just little guys.
Yeah, just little guys.
I mean, to a commoner, that's scary. To you guys,
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's my turn. 2 attacks.
You could
I'm
action
gonna. I could. You know what? We're gonna rest soon, probably. Why not?
Okay.
Hmm.
Who are you targeting?
Wait, I'm just thinking. Sorry. Let me check something. So the little whirly people, A
Are
and B.
yeah, these are the guys that were talking shit to women.
Okay. Let me measure. Oh, I can actually reach them from here. I have a 150-foot range, so I'm just gonna action search, I suppose.
Okay.
29.
That hits. Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, girl. Take them all out.
9 plus 2 radiant plus another. Wait, if the dice will move so I can read it, please. Another d6. 4.
Okay. He takes it. He kind
Okay.
of like staggers back a little bit. You see him pull out like this like glowing symbol from underneath his robe and just sets his eyes on you. He didn't seem to like that too much.
Awesome. 1 more.
Okay.
Ooh, not very good. 14.
He is going to use his reaction to shield.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna stay where I am, I guess. Better him targeting me than some villager or someone squishier.
Okay. Jaecar, you are up.
Hey, Brandon, real quick.
Yeah.
The snake, it says it acts on its own initiative. Do you want to do that? To where, because I didn't roll for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Do you want to roll for
Okay,
it?
what is this thing? I don't have any stat block.
It's just it should say it in the staff of the python. It should just be a
Giant constrictor snake?
Yes.
Nice.
It's a challenge rating 2, I think.
Okay, I gotta pull it up to roll its initiative. One second.
Just to make sure I also understand, this is an enemy? Like
Yeah,
it's
this looks like one of the
actively
cultist guys. You guys just watch and as this pops off and everyone seems like there's a moment of panic, Rune just goes bam 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 and kills 3 of the guys. You just see 3 arrows like fucking Legolas hit their marks, and then this other one over here just she like hits him pretty hard too. Just a flash of crazy movement, just
Gotcha.
showing off the prowess and how far she's come. But,
Snake roll is
Oh, yeah.
7.
okay, sounds good. Jaecar, what you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna move.
These ranged people also look like they're ready to fight, but they don't look like cultists. They look like more like hired guards. So.
Yeah, I'll go to the 10. Yeah, I'll go here. So I move over. I'm just gonna rage.
Okay.
What does that sound like?
What does a rage sound like?
Yeah. What does it sound like when Jaecar rages?
You just see sort of like Jaecar. There's a hint of like frustration from him, like fuck, like some of these guys don't really look willing to fight, but at the same time they're drawing out their blades, so I'm forced to use this. So he's just gritting his teeth and just, trying to not lose himself entirely, but he does look incredibly fucking pissed right now.
I thought he was going to scream into his mic.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. It's late at night. It's 11:30
Oh,
something.
sorry.
Not yet,
Whisper
baby.
scream. Whisper scream.
Bacon is
Yeah,
gonna
what was great.
wake up his whole house. He's gonna shake the foundations of his house by screaming. About it.
I just go, ooh, Okay,
I think I have that.
Perfect.
there we go.
This
I'm
is
gonna roll the
Jakar's rage moment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. God, I got the fleshy dice and it's squelching. Okay, 24 on this
Fleshy
guy.
dice.
Yeah,
Squish, squish.
What'd you get?
yeah, it's fleshy. 24 on the first
Yeah,
hit.
that hits.
Oh,
Um, second one. Okay, that's 22. I'm just
Are you
gonna.
targeting the same guy?
If it doesn't kill him, let me just roll the damage.
Yeah, roll damage on the first thing.
Oh, the fleshy dice are rolling well. I hate that. It's,
yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, that's 50 points. Next person towards the side, 22.
That will hit. Yes.
Okay. Let me roll for damage for that. That's 9 points.
9 points. Okay. They are still standing.
Okay,
They're
that
pretty hurt,
is
though.
the end of my turn.
Okay. That brings us to Eglar. You guys fucking stacked the top of this initiative.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hmm. I guess. Hmm. I'm pretty conflicted about this fight, to be honest. But okay. I'm just gonna. Looks like the cultist leader guys are probably the actual
Possibly.
bad guys here. So I'm gonna move up to here, and dude, let me just read something real quick. I've never actually thought about this. Maybe you know, Brandon. The guy that used shield, is he immune to magic missiles for the entire duration, or only during the triggering moment?
I believe. Let's see. Let me read the spell. I think it's for the entirety.
Okay.
Until you start your next turn, you have a +5 bonus to AC, including against triggering attack, and you take no damage from magic missile. So yeah, that guy.
20,
until the start of his turn,
25. I guess I'm just gonna go here then. And I'm just going to. Yeah, I'm just gonna ready a gauntlet strike if anyone gets in range then, because I can't reach anybody here.
Okay. Is that your turn?
So yep, yep, that's me.
Alrighty, Calda, you are up.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna go up to the same dude that Jaecar's at
Okay,
and just try and hit him with the rapier.
go for it.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, that will hit.
12.
Yeah, you just cut him down. You finish
Dang.
him off as Jaecar. You just run up on Jaecar, and it just seems like this guard that initially was raising like a bow to try and get the drop, looks around, just sees a flurry of arrows around him, sees Jaecar just running up in front of him, and just take cut down the guy here, slice into him pretty hard, and as Jaecar holds him there, you just run up and just whoosh, just a flurry with your rapier and kill him.
She kind of notices him like freaking out and she's like, "You need to calm down, Jaecar. It's not that bad." And then like smacks him one.
All right.
Not Jaecar, just the guy. Yeah.
Okay.
She smacks the car.
Just straight in the
Bonk
face.
on the head. Anything
Open
else you
palm.
doing for your turn?
No, thank you.
All right. Quarterly. Like I said, you guys stacked the top of this fucking initiative.
Oh god.
Was there not something in the middle of the thing here?
there is a eye. There's like an amber eye in the lake that is. It's not doing. It's just looking around, observing everything. It seems like
Okay,
something
but
they were
this is
working.
from Lumen.
That's Lumen.
this is
yeah.
from-
That's his
Oh,
large-
okay.
It's
Okay,
a
then I'm gonna-
massive serpent snake. Anyway.
It's a massive snake. Okay, I'm gonna hit this guy,
Okay.
girl. With Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Nat 20.
All right.
Damn.
That'll hit, yeah.
Okay. And almost full damage. 13.
Okay.
But do I roll twice or what happens at nat 20?
Oh, no. It's, you just double. It just doubles the damage dice. Did it already do that? Did it do 2d10 plus whatever?
No, it didn't.
Okay, so just roll an additional
D10.
d10. Yeah, don't
Okay.
add the modifier to it.
Okay, that's another +5. So
Okay,
18
Nice.
damage?
Yeah, they're looking like they're taking some blows, and then you get a second Eldritch Blast.
Yeah. That's 23.
Yeah.
Be
They're
good
really
with the
wanting
rolls.
They're really wanting to use these shields, but they really can't. You guys are rolling incredibly high.
5. I rolled pretty low though for this
Okay.
one.
Anything
That's
else
it.
you doing?
Nope.
All right. Finally brings us to the remaining cultists. The two of them that there are. They are going to go, this one's going to go 5, 10, 15. And he is going to attempt to grapple the other guy.
Oh, they're attempting to grapple the civilians?
The civilians,
Yeah.
yeah. So he rolled an 11. Civilian is going to try and roll a dex save to get out of it.
You got it, buddy.
So
He does not
they-
got it. So you see, Aguilar, as you're preparing, you watch as the guy runs up. The cultist pulls out this like jagged-looking short sword. It's almost like kind of chipped, and he like grabs the civilian from behind and puts the blade up to his throat and says, "Surrender, or I can cut his fucking throat open." And the other one is going to try and do the same thing. So 5, 10, 15. Try and grapple.
It's some big talk for someone in my range.
Strength check.
I thought they were there to guard them. Now they're using them as leverage.
They're
Couldn't care less,
they're
buddy.
desperate. They're desperate. They just saw a bunch of people fucking a bunch of their guys get annihilated. That civilian breaks free. Thankfully.
Oh god.
That ends all their turns. That brings us to the two priests across the way.
Uh-oh.
Let's see here. What do they want to do? And they both could technically do that. Try. Yeah, I think they're gonna do a little try to do a little combo move here. How
Ooh.
is that? That's
One more
60.
combo.
They should have. Decent. Ooh.
Happy
Okay.
feet.
You watch as the two of them, without any problems, just start to walk on the water. There. 20, 25.
We hear a loud ethereal voice. Oh, my eye!
I need. Let's see here. Who's causing us trouble? Need Jaecar, Talda, Rune, and Aglar. I need you all to make me wisdom saving throws, please.
We know we're good at that one, huh?
Oh, yeah! Woo.
Six.
We're so good at wisdom saving throws.
It's a natural
Is this? Oh yeah, I don't have elf 8. I'm not an elf anymore, so I don't get a bonus if it's a charm.
Did they just walk on water? Or
They did.
maybe.
They did.
Ah.
Yeah. So
Jesus! Sorry.
Oh my god, twins!
Wow, that's rough.
14 for me.
Okay. So I think Aglar, were you the only one to roll above a 13?
Sounded like it.
I believe so. Okay, so Rune, Kalda, and Jaecar, the three of you are paralyzed. As you just watch this they both unleash these spells and just hold you in place with this magic. You watch the eye in the center of the lake kind of flare as the magic is kind of popped off there.
What does
that-
paralyze do? Sorry.
You basically can't do anything, and if anybody hits you with a melee attack, it's an automatic critical hit. So it's pretty bad. But Lumen, is your turn. Or actually, no, it would be your snake's turn.
Snake. Okay, well that changed what the snake's gonna do. Snake does have a swimming speed, so he's going in. They both casted Hold Person or whatever that was.
They did. Yes.
Which one has shield?
A.
It doesn't matter. They
Oh.
it came
They
back
both
from
they
their
both
turn.
shield.
No, it
Oh,
came
okay.
from their past their turns.
He'll swim out to A then.
Okay.
Actually, he'll just get right in between them. He will. Well, actually. Just to reach 5 up. He will constrict. He'll constrict A.
Okay.
So that is 17 or 17.
He's gonna shield. Yeah, he's gonna shield again.
Okay, they just have one action, so that's a snake.
All right, and then that now brings us to your turn. 'cause you're after.
Shit. I mean, that kind of. Well, let me see real quick. Do these the one that's gotten hit so far, does he look hurt?
They've both gotten hit pretty significantly. One got hit by Rune's arrow, the other one got Eldritch Blasted a couple times. They're both looking pretty hurt. They're around the same.
You know what? No, I don't think I'm going to be able to reliably hit them out of that. I'm not going to risk a gamble on this. So Lumen's going to actually point over. I think he'll still catch one of the cultists in it, or one of the main guys, but he's going to cast Sleep at second level from right here.
Okay.
So it should catch A, the civilian next to A, D, C, and then now that one cultist.
Okay.
But it's a descending, or it's a
Yeah. So go
lowest
ahead and roll-
highest, lowest current hit points to the highest.
Oh, it's lowest highest? I thought it was highest lowest.
Starting with the creature that has the lowest current hit points, each creature affected by spells falls unconscious.
Okay. Yeah, go for
You
it.
subtract from the total value. And I'm doing it second level, so that's extra 2d8, so that is 78. Mark it. He's also trying to hit one of those civilians as well.
This one that currently was about to be taken hostage.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But not the one that is currently held by C. I think I can position it because it's 20 feet. I think I measured it. I can position it where I can hit and miss them. Total is 28.
Okay. So
So you just start at the lowest, you subtract it from there.
Yep. So -4 for the civilian. He is unconscious. He just
24
broke
left.
free. Like both he like broke free from the grasp as the guy tried to grapple him, and then he just falls asleep at the guy's feet. And then next would be, you said these guys are in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
B, C, A, and then the other A.
The cultist, that's 9 for him. The one that grappled the civilian, he falls asleep.
Okay, that's so 15 remaining.
The civilian also falls asleep. That's 4
So
for
I
him.
think I got him out of it because I positioned it right there. I'll measure it again, make sure. Positioned it right there. Yeah, because it's 20 feet.
Okay. So
Like,
yeah, so
you
the
can see
cultist falls
you can see the
asleep.
measure, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so it's because I'm trying to get him out of the grapple.
Gotcha. Is this guy affected? This cultist?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, 20 feet.
So that would be 9 for him. He would fall asleep.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Actually, you know what? I think he's out of it.
Okay. So just the civilian. This cultist falls asleep. Let's go with the grapple. That's 9 for him. This guy.
Yeah, so 15 left.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that guy has just above 15, so he wouldn't fall asleep. But
And then the other A, he's above 15.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got this civilian and this cultist. Yeah. Everybody else has above 15 hit points. This guy doesn't, but he's just out of the range. You said.
Yeah, I thought he was in range, but no. Where I was trying to get it, he would be outside of the range. Okay. So I get the 2.
Is that your turn?
That's my action. I think that is it. Yeah, no bonus action. Cantrips. Actually, Lumen will move though. It will move. Actually, no. We'll still put. I'll stay where it is.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, and it's your turn. That brings us to the guards. They are gonna go. Let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Just getting up to Jaecar here, and he is gonna make 2 melee attacks with advantage on you because
Oh
you
my
are
God.
paralyzed, and they're critical hits if they hit. 12 to hit you, Jaecar.
Oh, misses.
Okay, so you just kind of like know it's coming and just tense up. Second attack, that is a 14.
Misses.
Okay, so he just like slices twice into you, and you are just used to the pain. You're raging, Doesn't.
But
Yeah, it
cheeks of
doesn't.
steel.
Doesn't do that.
Oh god.
Let's see here. Second one is going to. Yeah, he's up here. He is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He will take. He'll take 2 shots at quarterly. The others are held in place. So.
Wow.
First attack is a natural 1. Flies
Hits.
over you. Second
Imagine.
one, that is a 7. Yeah, he misses you. These guys are not very good at their job. I think just one more guard, right? You guys took the last one out. This one right here. They're not within range, really, to take advantage of this paralysis, but he'll go 5, 10, 15. You had a held action, right, Angler?
I did, yeah.
Alright, go ahead and roll to hit. The guy's running up to you with his short sword here.
Alrighty then. That is. 9 to hit.
9 misses. Yeah, so you
Yeah.
gotta like charge up this attack. It's very telegraphed, and he kind of just like sidesteps it. And he's gonna take 2 sword attacks on you. Quick. 9 misses. Jesus Christ. And a 10 misses. Alright.
Damn, it's a bad roll.
Alright.
Yeah. Brings us finally to the commoners. This one is going to dash. The guard is not going to attack him because he is not that ruthless. 10. Yeah, he's like 30 feet off the map. He's just getting the fuck out of there.
I wouldn't have won this day, but I was hopefully the guy doesn't kill him. Sleep.
Looks like he might be gearing up to.
Yeah, no, I thought I was gonna catch that guy. I kind of fucked up.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Alright.
How did you do that? Moving and showing this.
You click on the measurement tool, and up above, instead of doing the ruler, you click the movement. There's 2 different types of measurement. Anyway, that is all their turns. That brings us back to Rune. Read.
Okay. I gotta roll to be not paralyzed, right?
Yes, you do.
Alright. Is it another wisdom save?
Wisdom saving throw. Yep.
Come on, big money. 14?
That just succeeds.
Yay.
Nice.
It's the end
But
of my
it's at
turn.
the
now.
end of your turn. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing about hold person. It's really good.
Yep.
All right, Jaecar, go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay, here we go. That's a 6.
You are still paralyzed. Aglar, it's
Oh.
your turn.
Right.
I just
Alright,
well, watched a video, and we were talking about this, about how stunned and paralyzed isn't fun for the players. They had it in their toolkit. They saw you guys kill like 90% of their people in the span of 6 seconds. They're like, "All right, we gotta calm this
that's fair.
down for a second
is,
here."
Plus, even
look,
like even paralyzed, they didn't get a crit, so it's just like, you know what, that's fair.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
it's
I feel like it's
terrifying when this
only
guy
it's only
walks up.
debilitating at like early levels, because later on we can like counterspell and dispel and do
I was
like
about to
those
say,
types of things, you know.
It's a useless argument because there is no fucking way that you're gonna deal with high-level players without stunning them. Like, there's no way. Like, they're just they're too strong. So if you gotta do that. You gotta take them out of the fight.
Yep.
All right, so I'll start by kind of tapping my chest thing, and I already had kind of a shimmery shield around me, but you just see like the typical thing you've seen, and kind of is now like even more empowered.
All right.
Adding some temp hit points, and then I'm going to go ahead and strike this guy in front of me. But as I kind of like, let's see, who's next to me here? Guy's unconscious. Okay, yeah, so as like I power back with my fist this time, it kind of like almost seems to like vibrate as I go to strike, and I'll use booming blade as well.
All right.
So maybe I can roll better than a 2 this time. Nope, not 1, actually. The only thing worse than 2. So, All right,
You
well,
You
there we
just
go.
too.
Gonna strike out at him. This again, energy coming up, and the guy just sidesteps again. He looks at you. He says, "You really need to stop telegraphing your moves that much, man. Come on."
Oh my god.
Damn.
Oh lord.
Is that your
Oh
turn?
yeah, I'm going to vaporize this guy. But yes.
Aguilar's like an Elden Ring boss.
Yep. Let's see. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be it.
Aguilar's gonna
Yeah.
develop a spell where he just holds his action for like 3 turns in a row, like telegraphing the move, and if it hits, it does like quadruple damage, like just fucking Elden Ring type move. All right, Calda, go ahead and make me a Wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. That's a 3.
You're still paralyzed. Quarterly, it's your turn.
This serpent thing, what is that? Do I know what it is?
The big
Like-
thing in the. Are you talking about the eye?
Yeah. No, the serpent. Like, is it like a what exactly is it?
You just saw Lumen like pull this chain off of his arm, and it just coalesced. It seems like a summoned creature that Lumen has manifested.
Oh, so if I heard it,
Given what he told you and what you know about Zahir, it fits he worships the serpent god, and he summoned a giant serpent, so it's pretty on the nose.
What you got there?
will he be mad
Smoothie.
if I? Well, I'm calling to Lumen. Will you be mad if I hit your friend?
Not at all.
Okay, great. I'm gonna fireball.
Okay.
Okay. That's a.
So dex save
Dex
for
save.
all 3 of these people, the serpent and the 2 people. Gotcha. First guy.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I forgot-
Not the snake.
I wanted to keep my spell slots to counterspell, and I was like waiting for the right moment, and I forgot I could have counterspelled that stupid thing that they just did.
Natural 18. Yes, you get natural 18 on the first one, and the second one.
Okay.
They're gonna roll.
Damn.
That is a 11. So the second one. Fails.
Okay, that fails.
Snake rolled a 5.
So you
Oh
failed.
Okay, I'm sorry. That is 28 damage on the one that takes a hole and 14 on the other.
The one that failed, this guy is looking fucking real bad. And the other one was what is that? 14 damage.
The health. Yeah.
Okay. And the snake takes 28 the full as he just lets out
Aren't they
this
good?
scream.
I'm so sorry.
Anything else you're doing, Portal?
I'm just yelling sorry to Lumen, and then I'm gonna fly above, a little bit closer to Calda and Jaecar, in case anything should happen. I want to
Okay.
be there.
That your turn?
That's my turn. Yeah.
All right. Brings us to the cultist.
You have to make concentration checks, right?
Oh yeah. Do they not do that? actually?
Hold person. Yes, hold person is a concentration spell. Thank you for reminding me of that. Let's see. So the one that got hit real bad, it's half the damage. That would be, he's got to roll a 14 or higher on his con save. He doesn't. He fails. So and
Nice,
the other
nice.
one is gonna roll. His was just a 10. They both fail. Okay, so anybody that was held, you are immediately released as the fireball envelops them. That's a pretty good move.
Good move.
Thank you. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best.
Quarterly looking at the 2 actions she has, Eldritch Blast and Fireball. Thank you. Yeah, that one took a little bit of brain power there to think. Ooh. Music and everything's cutting out pretty bad. Hopefully you guys can hear me. This cultist
Yep.
is gonna pull out his sword and say, "Well, I can't kill you. I can at least offer these people." And he's gonna try and attack the unconscious guy.
No.
With advantage.
Oh. I think.
A 15 will hit, and he's unconscious, so it's an auto crit, right?
Oh my god.
All right, let's see. surprisingly
awesome.
rolled absolute dog shit on the crit. He only I'll say these guys he's downed. The guy is downed.
Oh.
So let me
Okay,
see here.
okay.
Damn,
we'll say
nice.
This is down here. Is there an unconscious?
Coma.
Well, I guess that would just be unconscious. The thing I had on him. Yeah, the guy's looking really hurt. So, bleeding out even. But that'll end. Wait, there's one more cultist somewhere. Where's he at? Oh, he's asleep. Yeah, he's taking a little nap. Brings us back to the priests.
Oh, jeez. He's running? That's good.
Yeah, they're kind of realizing that they're fucked here. They're gonna do this despite you guys. They're gonna magic missile all of the civilians running.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well,
So that is.
oh, I'm counterspelling it.
Which one? They're both casting it.
Oh, never mind.
All right. No, you
Actually,
can counterspell. You can counterspell them. Which one are you
You can
casting?
save
Which one are
some
you
people.
The
Yeah,
question
who knows?
is, how much do I care for the civilians?
I was about to say,
I don't really
God.
care. If I'm gonna be honest, if it would be on one of us, yeah. But
That
on the
makes
civilian,
sense. Yeah,
I don't really care for them.
that's
Okay,
real.
go ahead and change your alignment to neutral evil, please.
Do you care for every person?
Yeah, but if I was in a thing where I could save
Unfortunately.
people and we're doing fine, your allies are okay. I don't think anybody's taking damage beyond like one person.
Yeah, my-
They were all paralyzed. Everybody
are
was full health
civilians.
on my
Okay,
screen.
okay. Wait.
They're innocents.
I'm gonna counterspell B.
Okay, so he was targeting these two.
Yeah.
So he failed. So that goes away. The other one was targeting the down one, who obviously immediately dies. And he casted
Whoopsie.
it. He casted it with his last third level. So that is. He gets 5. So he would do 1 there. He would do 2 on this guy. So let me roll 2d4 plus 2.
I just wanted to use counterspell. Honestly, I don't care for the civilians.
That one's dead, and then so that was 1, 2, 3. He gets one more bolt. He's gonna lob it at Lumen.
All right, thanks,
Oh, no.
pal.
You take 3 points of damage. I know, crazy, right?
A little bit, and I think I got to roll for sleep, right? Oh, no, sleep's not
Right.
concentration.
No, it's not.
Check that out.
And they are just going to. They're just going to pivot around the serpent and kind of stand here together, and they'll just be like, they just lower their arms and just hold their arms out, kind of looking down at the amber eye and the thing, accepting their fate. Does the snake's turn?
Well, there's one that's really hurt, right?
Yes. That would be.
Snake. The snake is gonna bite that one. He's gonna try to eat him.
Okay.
Nice.
20 to hit.
Yeah,
30
that'll hit. Yep.
All
He
right.
had 1 HP left, so the snake does indeed just gobble this guy up. Just
Gulping him down
gone.
full.
And he's even fried for you, you know? Like, he's nice, crisp.
All right, is that your snake's turn?
That's the snake.
Brings it to you.
Actually, they're looking down at the eye.
Yes.
The snake's gonna pivot around, get in front of this one as he's chewing his friend.
He just looks up and smiles and says,
I guess snakes don't chew, but will engulf menacingly. It's Lumen's
he
turn.
just- "Yeah, it's your turn." He just looks at
The-
the guy. Just
the
looks
guy
at
on
the
the-
snake, smiling.
The guy on the unconscious, he's dead.
Yes, he's dead.
And then there's one that's just out.
This one is unconscious. This one is still up. And you still have the
Wasn't
guards
there one that
facing-
went off the? Yeah. Wasn't there one that went off the map that got?
Yeah, he's dead. The two that
Oh, you got
survived
killed
are up
too?
here off the map. The one that
Yeah,
totally
okay.
counterspelled for.
Let's see.
Call me a hero.
Yeah, we had to pull your teeth to do it.
I just wanted to actually really try and use counterspell because I will fail a lot to use it. So, was it fast enough? Was that like a good timing?
it was pretty good, yeah.
Okay, good.
No one else is, We are resting soon. Lumen will bonus action spiritual weapon,
Okay.
and we'll summon it. 60 feet. Can he? Yeah, you know what? He'll move up. Perfect. He'll summon it right by A,
Okay.
and then I think it immediately attacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Second level.
It
Yeah.
does.
So that is 18 to hit.
That hits. Roll your damage.
It's gonna take 8 points of radiant.
Yeah, as this thing apparates in front of him, he like looks up in confusion and it like slashes into him. He's on his last legs. He looks really fucking hurt. There's just blood bleeding through his robes, and he kind of staggers back a bit. He's real bad.
That was bonus action. Action for a cantrip. Toll the Dead.
All right.
Same guy. So it's a Wisdom save.
Mm-hmm. Natural 16.
That succeeds. I don't think it's any half, right?
No. So
Okay.
unless you're an evocation wizard, I think it's the only time. Is that your turn?
True. That's it.
The guards looking around, looking at the display of the snake getting eaten, watching as these people are attacking civilians and killing them. They're going to look over at each other, and they are going to just drop their weapons. They're going to surrender. Got paid for a job, and this is not what they signed up for. So after that guy taunts you, Aguilar, he just drops his weapons and holds his hands up, looks up at you.
Decisions.
He's still smiling
Brings us
when he's
to
even
the
those guys'
commoners.
hands
They're off the map. They're gone. They're getting the fuck out of here. So the other two, they just run screaming into the night. Brings us back up to Rune.
Okay. Seeing those civilians getting shot down by the magic missile, she'll just kind of look back in horror as they fall, but then she'll turn her sights on A up here, just wail in on him. So that'll be
Go ahead and roll with advantage because he turns around and he just holds his arms out and looks at you, smiling.
nat 20.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So that'll
Right
be for
between
the
the
first
eyes.
hit.
Poetic.
16 plus 9 radiant and
Holy
How do you
shit.
want to do this?
so like I said, as she saw the villagers fall and turned her sights back on him, it almost looks like her ears are folding back with how much she's changed now. But she just calls out to him, "Fucking coward!" and lays into him. It's, like I said, just goes off, pops off.
You just shoot out. Are you just focusing all your attacks on him, even though he's dead?
Yes.
Okay. So you basically just go up his body. You shoot one in the gut, one through his neck, and the last one goes. Or we'll say 3 for the flavor. The last one goes through his head, and he just kind of staggers in place for a moment before he just falls into the water. His friend being munched on by the serpent next to him. That being said, I believe that will bring us to the end of combat, as the only people left are the cultists. Imagine you guys are going to kill these two. The two that tried to capture the civilians, basically.
Lumen would.
Okay.
I'm
Yes.
slowly
For-
approaching them.
Yeah. For the sake of brevity, you guys are they are going to try and they're not going to run. They're going to try and face you off. They seem to have this strange devotion. But for the sake of brevity, with one being unconscious and the other one being at 1 hit point, you're able to overpower them and easily dispatch them. You all look around at the sort of bloodbath before you at this lake. You see the one dead body is floating in the river with like radiant arrows sticking out of it. The other one just being finished eating. You see dead civilians, unfortunately, and a lot of other dead people as you guys just went off with this. The guards there that surrendered, what are you doing with them as they all just look around?
It looks like they were just hired here.
Yeah, you see the one kind of speaks up, the one that was taunting Aguilar, and he's just not taking his eyes off you, Aguilar, as he looks to the now menacing sort of gauntlets and stuff. He says, we were just paid to keep intruders out. They didn't really specify what was going on, but we did not sign up for killing innocents.
Well, seems like a job failed on your end. Drop whatever gold they gave you and get out of here.
Nice.
Perhaps if it's enough, it could go toward helping these slaughtered folk.
They all just kind of collectively nod and drop their coin purses, and they quickly all group up together and just jog off into the forest. Just
how much did they have?
Well, most of these people that were dead were either villagers or villagers that were secretly cultists. So among what they dropped and what you basically find, you find the 2 holy symbols that these priests were wearing. They're kind of floating in the river. Well, you would find one because the other one got eaten by the serpent. It is just this like amber-looking eye that almost seems to be like staring into your, like you feel like it's staring into your soul as you look into it. It's worth noting, right as combat ended, the eye kind of like shook in anger and then faded in the middle of the lake. But there is 18 gold that you find amongst the things, which is a sizable amount for being hired for the day to guard something, but not for you guys.
Can we keep the amulets? It sounds like they're pretty.
Yeah, if you want to keep the, you can add a amber eye holy symbol to your inventory if you want quarterly.
Yeah, I want to. Why not? It's like a little trinket.
Mm-hmm.
Unless if somebody like goes otherwise, Lumen's just gonna pocket that 18 gold because he kind of meant what he said about it possibly going towards these people.
Yeah, Rune, while they're doing that, she's gonna go and try and retrieve the bodies of the civilians.
Yeah, easy enough to do. You just see like the force damage, like scorch marks on the back of them. They just seemed like ordinary folk that were, for one reason or another, either coerced into this or were just too curious, and fortunately they came there at a bad time.
Now that this like apparition thing is gone, does there look like there's anything unique about this little lake they were performing their ritual around?
No, it seems pretty calm, especially in like kind of a night here. It just looks to be like a normal thing. You imagine they were just using the body of water to kind of summon a visage of this creature.
Right.
It just seemed purely illusionary or some sort of communion thing, you know.
Lumen will call back the snake and then return it to the chain.
Okay. And you guys watch as the snake kind of comes down. Its mouth a little bit bloody from the whole body that it consumed. It kind of spits as it starts to turn back. It like turns back into like a small snake, and it just regurgitates the other holy symbol at your feet. Lumen. It's kind of like cracked and covered in blood and stomach acid of a snake, and then it just reverts. It crawls up onto your arm and reverts into a chain.
He'll just kick that holy symbol back into the pond.
Okay.
And then he'll turn to the rest of the group. Well, there. I guess that's a blood tax of sorts. that's everything. I'm now an open book before all of you, at least for all the important pages. That's all the secrets I have to show. Think of it as you will. I'm not going to ask for any sort of respect or anything after that.
I mean, it was pretty badass. That snake thing.
That's new.
Oh.
And
These
kind of
guys
worrisome,
gotta
in my
preserve
opinion.
it,
But
though, so
As much as I I'm not happy with what happened with the civilians. I suppose they all would have died if we didn't step in. So
I imagine it's been more than a minute at this point, Brandon. Not that Lumen was rushing to
he's
possibly.
no.
I think
Brandon
it's
stepped
probably
away.
been more than a minute. It doesn't matter. Lumen will just turn. I could resurrect or could have resurrected one of them, but I'm going to be very honest. I would rather save the resources for
It's
everyone here.
out of character. It's a lot.
Yeah, well, Lumen wouldn't have done anyway. I think he was waiting. It's past the minute, so he doesn't care.
yeah.
I mean, what dies should stay dead, right?
Yeah.
Would that apply for you as well, Corley, if you were to die?
I guess it's a bit more complicated.
Yes, this is
all I need
very
to hear.
pointedly looking over. Just like, yeah.
I'm
Why?
On your shoulders, Jaecar.
I mean,
All I need to know,
Hmm.
in case the worst was to happen, that's possible. Quarterly,
yeah.
I would know to attempt to help.
I've never thought so far, but I think I'm not ready for it yet. So, yeah, maybe I'll just take back what I said. But let's just not get to that point. Right?
Little
Fingers crossed.
personal growth is nothing to be ashamed of, Corley. And she kind of pats it.
Well, thank you. I guess.
Question: how far is this upcoming town?
Probably like another day or two.
Right, and is that the closest town to here?
Yes, it would be.
Okay, so I imagine that's where they came from.
Hmm.
All right. Rune will, as best she can, try and like cover their wounds with like some cloth or something, just so it doesn't look as grisly. But she'll pick up one to carry. Jaecar, could you help me carry one of the other ones? I think we should take them home.
Jaecar nods and just steps forward, helps you out with it.
We'll kind of have to keep them with us for the night, but
When you were there, how many dead people? 3?
yeah,
You need to get them wrapped so they don't rot so fast, and then
Right.
maybe
we could do that at camp.
I could actually help with that tomorrow.
Sure.
You
Oops,
guys,
I think clerics can, right? What's that spell called?
yes.
Yeah. Gentle repose.
You guys make camp. Nothing else kind of happens throughout the night, and you all get a long rest. Having showed your display of dominance to these rival worshippers of a rival god, you probably have conflicting thoughts about everything that happened, but there's just a unnatural feeling of ease that comes over you and kind of helps you sleep a bit more. And the snake kind of loosens its grip on your arm, or the chain kind of loosens its grip on your arm and seems to shift to of its own accord to a more comfortable position. Seems he was pleased, at the very least, by the display. But regardless, a long rest happens, and you all pick up and move the next day, carrying the 2 bodies with you. Unfortunately, it's a very grim sight. You guys begin to. Well, first, let me ask: is anybody doing anything in particular in this morning? I think you said something about gentle repose, right?
Yeah, it's ritual too, so he'll prep it, and then.
What does it do?
You touch a corpse or other remains for the duration. The target is protected from decay and can't become undead,
Oh.
so they don't rot.
Okay, that's nice.
For 10 days as well. 2 copper pieces. Oh my god.
All right, it's the
Kenny.
coins on the
I'm not
eyes.
casting
Simmer down
that.
there, Quarterly.
Me?
So it's for.
I just
4
lost
copper.
my home. I have no money left. I'm as broke as everyone here.
Oh god. Wait. He only has 2 copper. You don't have any change.
I've got plenty of.
Okay.
I have
Can
it.
you just remove 2 copper then?
Can anybody break a gold piece?
The spell says it needs 2 copper pieces, so
Oh.
like I guess it's very particular. I need the break change though.
Yeah, you need
3
to,
copper.
you know.
I have so much.
You can just deduct 2. He'll just take 2 from you.
There you go.
I'm gonna do my typical morning ritual of ritual casting alarm on our campsite before we leave.
Okay. Fair enough. How long does alarm last for, Aglar?
To be honest, I'm doing this more for the abjuration effect, but because you asked, it
that's really
lasts.
smart.
Smart. Yeah, I like
It lasts for
smart.
8 hours. Yeah, so I'm using it to cast up my arcane ward every morning so that I get the shield and the 10 hit points. But it's 8 hours, and I can sense it up to a mile away.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, dude.
That's cool.
As you guys start to continue, you're heading
Oh,
into an
Brandon.
area.
I'm sorry, real quick. I have a question. I don't know if we asked this. The 2024 updates for some of the spells. Can we use those?
I'd prefer you not, because it's just
Okay.
going to get confusing with the way I don't know anything about 2024.
The only reason for me asking is because healing is bonked out in 2024. It doubles all the healing that already exists.
Oh
Jeez.
shit!
So
Most
cure
people
wounds
know
at
24
cure
too.
wounds at first level is 2d8, and then every 2 levels or every level after it doubles.
Yeah, so Brandon, I'd like to keep the classic ones on all my damage ones that stay high, but also use the new ones for everything that's better there. So I'm just gonna kind of mix and match. Hope that's cool with you.
Well, they're already in there, so that was why I was asking.
No, I'm just teasing.
Hey, you guys watch as Aglar mysteriously disappears from your party. Matter of fact, you don't even
Oh.
remember having a lizard. Kind of weird. Anyway.
Where did this necklace come from?
Erased from existence. But you guys continue down this area of it's called the Silt Basin Pass. It is this kind of swampy and muddy area that leads alongside this this mountainside. You begin to see as you're traveling, there are small hovels, and even at one point there's a small community along the way. Rune, you imagine your question was that is there a big city? The nearest city would be the one you're traveling to. However,
Yeah.
you find this it's not a big community at all. It's like a couple houses, if that, kind of off the beaten path. You see people working on the land, and the pass itself seems to be well traveled and protected. You see a lot of Zalezo, which are the watchmen, the guards of the Clovis Concord of this region. A lot of Zalezo and patrols going back and forth. But I imagine you would be dropping these bodies off with the nearest community, correct?
Yeah, I suppose so. That would make the most sense.
You drop it off with them, and there's an older man that seems to be a human man that seems to be working. One of the things kind of has tan skin, just completely white hair at this point. How old he is, kind of looks and says, "Close on display indeed. I'm sorry, but we do not recognize these people. Perhaps they might have come from the main city, or they could have just been travelers through the pass of their own. If you wish to leave them with us, we will certainly give them a proper burial.
Rune will just kind of sigh and give him a nod. I suppose that might have to work. We don't really have any other way of identifying where they came from.
Yes. Do you mind if I ask what happened?
I'm being honest with you, I'm not entirely sure. All I can say is that it seemed pretty cultish what they got roped into.
Oh, it's never always after their own gains, not don't have a concern for people like us. I am sorry that you had to go through that.
No, it's at least we were able to save a couple, but do you all need any sort of gold to help with the burial or any?
We are used to harsh conditions in the swamps here. It is we have ways of burying those. But I do appreciate the offer.
Just curious though. Like whenever I was talking about the cults and stuff, could I insight maybe?
Sure. Go ahead.
Dirty 20.
What are you trying to explain?
I don't know, does it seem like he's genuine and like his sentiments, like he's like, oh no, that's terrible. Like like
Yes.
does he seem genuine or is he
The vibe you're getting is he just seems like an old man that has unfortunately seen a decent bit of this.
Okay.
And these are strangers that he does not know, but he is willing to take the burden. It just seems, unfortunately, that he's reacting with experience. You've seen it before. You've probably seen it in your own family with, like, if a tragedy happens in Uthodurn, some of the younger folk like yourself are a little bit more emotional, whereas those who are much more jaded to it, especially as a guard, handle it and try their best to move on and cope with it. So
yeah,
it
I was
seems
just
like
making sure.
he's probably reaching your age and for a human, you know, that's like,
My age?
Yeah, he's
160 or whatever. How old I am?
Well, close to 100 is what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
He's old. He's seen a lot.
For sure. I was just making sure I wasn't handing them off to some more cultists that were gonna use them as a sacrifice or something.
Yeah.
It all comes full circle, yes.
Free real estate.
It's free real estate.
Uthodurn needs 2 bodies before he can break free.
We've
done it.
I did it.
I'm not with the cult. I'm just my own individual necromancer. I just do my own stuff.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Support your indie mages.
God damn it. Indie.
Alright.
Okay. You do that.
Yeah.
Continue on. Are you guys going to you travel a little bit further down, not too much further. You imagine you have roughly 1 day left before you reach the city of Gwardan. As you go to step away from the guy that you handed the bodies to, he kind of calls out to you and says, if I may ask, lass, where are you all heading towards Gwardan?
As of right now, I suppose.
Well, I ask that you proceed with caution. There have been things are acting quite strangely around there. We heard there's some sort of trouble with gnolls, hyenas, something of that nature in that area that cropped up recently, and the bigger concern being the goblin tribes that live in the forest beyond Gwardan. They seem to have organized in quite a terrifying way. They almost tactics rivaling the Zalezo. It's quite strange.
Her face goes a little bit than it was dropping off the bodies. She just gives a nod. Thank you for the warning. I imagine we'll probably look into things there.
Keep yourself safe.
You as well.
KYS. Keep yourself safe.
KY.
You should keep yourself safe now.
That's so good. KY. Alright, yeah. We're going, I suppose. Can't believe
Alright.
an 100-year-old man told me to kill myself.
KYS yourself too.
Yeah, watch those steep stairs, Grandpa.
It's like a fucking Life Alert commercial where they're just like flailing around, like
Life Alert's the third level spell.
That's amazing.
Quarterly, you get a message from Lord Remem. Oh, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Yeah, it's just a sending spell.
I knew I was casting alarm for a reason.
So good.
I
Look,
don't know you, and I don't care to know you.
someone's just gonna like monopolize off like selling a bunch of like sending stones on chains to old people.
Yeah, they're gonna buy like buy coverage, like market.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And that someone is going to be William Loris.
Why
Necromancer
are you
by
trying
night,
to do
Life
everything?
Alert support by day.
What? First a locksmith company, now you want to have a life alert company? What do you
Yeah, so
want?
that when they fall, it's free bodies.
I'm rolling with.
Uh,
Yeah, there you go.
You're already
I get-
there
if I-
first.
I'm the first to respond to the scene. If they're already dead, I just take it.
Yeah.
So
Okay. You guys all make a camp. You're like I said, the Silt Basin Pass, the area that you're in, is a much more well-traveled area. So you're not. You feel a little bit safer, but regardless, you all still continue to, act with caution, if you would. As you all bed down for the night, we'll say.
may I request a watch with Aglar if he's staying up to do a watch?
Oh, sorry.
Sure.
It was.
Yeah.
We're not talking about what you think we're gonna talk about.
We'll say it's the first watch. Yes.
Just kind of like she looks a little hesitant to talk, but she'll eventually kind of break the silence after a while. So you said you're from Melasmere, right?
And yeah, Aglar's definitely been brooding a little bit since the fight. Not super happy about the way everything's gone, and like
Yeah.
spending a little bit more time with like his face shield on than previously traveling, but definitely caught a little bit more off guard by a more personal question as
Yeah.
opposed to thinking about the fact that we might have just aided an evil god slay some people. But anyways, well,
When you put it that way.
my my people, yes. I've never. I wasn't born there myself.
I was just curious because that's where, well, a lot of elves from Uther, and that's where they came from. But my parents were personally there whenever it fell.
Yes, we. Well, yeah. Our village is comprised of those who were still there during the disaster, and those of us who were born afterwards. And
So there's still people living there? I thought it was a nightmare zone from what I've heard.
well, it is, and we're not in the city itself. It's quite uninhabitable with the creatures and beasts that have become, and well, it seems the sins of those before us have put the burden onto some of us as well, as we are looking the way that we do now. But we're went to Uthadern and my people not feeling very accepted for the changes, hunted in some sense for the way that we are looking, have live in hiding, and we've a small fishing village, if you'd like to call it that, although we are closer to one with the fish these days, but we hide in the woods, trying to live peacefully and undo the wrongs of the past.
So you, I mean, that's just wild to think about. 'Cause I've always been told growing up, it's no one could live there, but to find out, there's a whole group of people still living there, it's crazy. So you're saying your people were elves at one point, and then once the fall happened, it changed you all?
Whatever foul magics bestruck our once beautiful home have cast away those of us that survived and altered those of us that remained. So I'm not sure if we are cursed, if we are just unlucky, but we're stuck the way we are now.
Well, I know a thing or two about being cursed at this point. I'd say, I don't know. I wouldn't say you're cursed. Just adapting, I suppose.
That's true. But home, our new home is strangely peaceful, but living in a world displaced, feeling like a sideshow any one time someone sees you is a curse upon itself, I would say. Can't even walk through a den of thieves without drawing the attention of the local warlords for the color of my skin or the tools which I carry.
Right. Well, I suppose at some point, maybe once all this has died down and we're not being hunted, I'd like to check it out someday if you wouldn't mind. I've always been curious about Melasmir, but, my parents obviously didn't want to talk about it too much. They're very, as you can tell, I'm very, very emotionally intelligent, she says, with like a very obviously sarcastic look. So my parents weren't one to really delve into very personal or emotional topics, I guess.
Of course. Well, the village I'm from, as far as I know, it is the only one that it's called Soland, but we don't welcome many outsiders. But I'm sure for a former inhabitant of Melasmir, we can make an exception. Tell me, in Uthadern, have you, those who survived there, have you never tried to discover what happened? You said you've never been back. Is it?
I mean,
kind of.
I was born in Uthadern, and like I said, it was just my parents. I mean, once everything happened, as far as I know, it was mostly just considered a lost cause. There's even monuments, statues down in front of the main hall of the city, in dedication to the fall of Melasmir. So it's more so just looked upon as a big tragedy. No one ever really talks about it too much because a lot of the people that were there are still alive.
Well, my order, we believe that what happened in Melasmir was a result of exploitation of some of the unique magic that was being practiced in the city with the use of some of the artifacts and things found deep below, and it's my charge in life now to try to stop those that continue to perpetuate these sort of things and make sure that there is not another Melasmir in the world. It is quite bothersome to see that even some we travel with might be playing with the types of magics that could harm others, but
Yeah, she just gives a very quick nod to that.
and seeing an entire other city decimated in the distance, I mean, it is. I'm
Scary.
one of the few to leave my home to try to do good in the world, and all I am seeing is more death, destruction, and corruption. It is, well,
Yeah.
I have much work to do.
Now that you mention it, Aglar, as you kind of make that connection, the detonation that you witnessed when you were back in Druvenlode, the arcane just decimation that took place, it seems eerily similar to what you were described happened in Melasmir for those that lived when that happened.
I suppose, on top of looking to cure myself and not be a danger to others, I'd say that's a pretty good cause that I could get behind. I mean, like you said, compared to some of our friends' dealings.
Indeed. Well, I'll certainly have to delve into that when I'm in a better headspace one of these days with them, but
Right.
perhaps we can start here and look to make a bigger change elsewhere after.
Don't want to keep you up talking your ear off about Melasmir. I mean, of course I have questions, but like you said, it was an eventful day yesterday, so I'll let you rest.
Indeed, and I'm sure there will be plenty more watches to discuss the devastation of our people.
Yeah, it's such a good campfire topic, isn't it?
Indeed.
I'm
sorry.
dying over
I'm
the
sorry
fucking
to
toast.
Curly, but I like theirs. I like
Yeah, me
them
too.
better. I'm sorry. That's theirs better.
What are all these messages?
Yeah, people were popping off with the gifts and
I was trying not to look at
Yeah.
it because I knew I'd keep getting distracted if I did.
Yeah. Okay. As you lay down, Aglar and Rune, you swap out with Lumen and Quarterly. The two of you kind of head to bed, the thoughts kind of lingering from what you were both talking about. And it is then that you begin to fall into a deep sleep. Rune, one deeper than you are used to, especially having previously been an elf. You join Jaecar in this extremely deep slumber. As the two of you shoot awake, you are no longer in this kind of swampy forest campsite that your group has made. You're standing on a desolate, rocky covered surface that is barely able to be distinguished with rock with how much blood and bodies there are. You see fiends, you see gnolls, you see all manner of just devilish creatures just stacked as far as the eye can see. The two of you look at each other, confused, unsure of your surroundings, not sure what's going on. You have your weapons, you have your gear, but this is something else entirely. And as you stand there, you hear from behind you a bestial roar. You turn around, you see rapidly approaching all manner of twisted beasts. You see horns just kind of curling and twisting from their heads. All different types of sizes, just charging at you. And Jaecar, from your side, you hear the familiar cackling of hyenas and gnolls. You turn around and look, and you see a horde of gnolls and giant hyenas and all sorts of demonic figures, some of which you've faced out in the wilderness here, charging. And the two of you realize you are in the middle of a battlefield that is about to clash once again. What are the two of you doing?
There's not really anywhere to fucking go, right? I mean, we're just surrounded on all sides.
You are surrounded on all sides.
I don't know. She's just kind of like confused. She's never fucking dreamt before, really. So she's just like trying to like figure out what to do here. I mean, she's not gonna like engage if she can help it, but if like something jumps her, she'll obviously try and fight it off.
Alright. And Jaecar, what are you doing?
Jaecar is going to. He has his weapon, right?
Yeah, you have your gear and everything.
He's reaching for it.
Okay. As the two of you square off, kind of similar to how you've done in actual combats, the two sides clash and you are just brought into a whirlwind of claws, teeth, blood, flails, and flesh. As you are fighting for your life, you're taking damage and you just return it tenfold. There is this unnatural excitement. It is a terrified, like you are terrified of where you are, but it is a like rising to the challenge. Just you are excited to be here. You want to be hurt. You want to dole out pain. You want the bloodshed that you are in right now. And as you feel that similar kind of bestial instinct take over, the two of you are just fighting, cutting through enemies, just displaying your as much power as you can in this moment. You see kind of through the crowd making their way towards you a large familiar gnoll and an orcish woman who is also fighting alongside of him. And as they just kind of cut their way to you, the four of you kind of form a impromptu like circle to fight, to fend off the things. And over his shoulder, the large gnoll, who you presume to be Tarkus, kind of smiling wildly. You just see the look in his eyes. It just looks like this. He's almost not even present. It is just this full bestial nature that just wants to kill. And he just gestures around everything and says, "This is what awaits us in death. A never-ending trial of true strength. The ferocity of a primal hunter versus the battle prowess of a warrior. Don't you see? We have both. We possess both, which makes us the superior fighters. You both, too, can accept your blessings and rise to greater heights." He kind of like gets interrupted for a moment as like you see like these three like fiendish like imps jump on him and just start like biting and slashing into him. He takes the one and like just crushes its head with his free hand. The second one, he like reaches down with his gnoll mouth and just like basically tears it in two, tears like some viscera out of it. And the third one, he takes his flail and just like hits it off and slams the flail onto the ground of it like 5, 6, 7 times before it stops moving. And then he does another 8th for good measure. He looks back to you all, and you're all just focused on him, and he just holds his hands out and says, repeats again, "This is what awaits us. Accept it." And the two of you are brought out of this very vivid, very terrifying dream. I need you both to make Constitution saving throws, please.
Ooh. Constitution. Okay. I rolled pass, even though I have a pretty decent save. 9.
9. Okay.
20.
You have pooped the bed.
I pooped. Okay.
Not nat 20.
Okay.
Damn.
Jaecar, you are fine. You wake up and you feel your muscles have tensed. Like you feel like the physical exertion that you just did actually happened, but it obviously didn't. As you wake up, both of you just kind of at the same time in a cold sweat. Quarterly Lumen, the two of you kind of turn back and see your companions jolt up out of their bedrolls. It's been like 30, 45 minutes into your watch. You're not too sure, but Jaecar, you feel the exertion, and it feels like you were just in a large fight to the point where you feel like you've learned from the experience. Rune, you awake as well at the same time, simultaneously, but the way you were fighting and the exertion, you're more of a ranged fighter. You're certainly not used to being up in the thick of things like that usually, and it was just a lot very fast. You take 1 level of exhaustion.
God damn it.
Jeez.
However, for the next day, both Jaecar and Rune, you guys get +2 bonus to your attack and damage rolls.
Oh, so. Oh, let me see.
So Quarterly sees Aglar and Rune share watch together the next, and she wakes up the next morning with a level of exhaustion.
No.
What kind of
Oh,
dreams were you
no.
having, Rune? Damn.
No, leave me alone.
Try one of
She's
those
gonna
dreams where you try
ignore
to
you
run.
for the rest of the day. She's gonna ignore you. No.
We've been ignoring each other because we had an argument. What are you talking about?
I mean, both of you this time.
Okay, alright. Boy.
Yeah, losing the person you're trying to court to somebody else. Yeah, the best solution is to ignore them both. I'm sure that'll work out. In any case,
Well, I'm not worried to lose anyone. Why should I be worried? What are you talking about?
So that's I'm trying to read the exhaustion levels in my sheet, but for some reason it's only giving like the details for the new
it's just
updated rule.
disadvantage on ability checks.
Yeah, I thought so. I was just making sure.
There might
So
be a
just
thing
add
you go
2.
in and you have to enable 2014
No,
legacy
it
content.
is. Like it has like a description of the legacy rules, but it doesn't have like the table for it anymore.
Good.
That's really
Well,
annoying.
it's just disadvantage on ability checks.
Yeah, I know. I was just making sure.
With that, as you guys awake, we'll take a quick 5-minute break. Just give me a moment. All right?
Perfect.
I'll be back. in a
Yes.
second.
I'm gonna grab a.
Off with Rune and Jaecar waking from their sleep, very seemingly tense and having gone through something terrifying. Quarterly and Lumen, the two of you were on watch. Like I said, for like 30 or 45 minutes before that happened. You just see them both jolt up.
Rune will just kind of like take a minute to catch her breath, like feeling wiped right now. She'll just look around the group until like she catches Jaecar and just kind of like give him a very confused look, kind of almost silently asking if he saw the same thing.
He doesn't say anything, but he looks at her for a second before going, I'm gonna get some. I need to walk.
Isn't it the middle of the night still?
Yep.
Yeah.
Jaecar needs a walk. I'm sorry, I couldn't help
I just
that.
need to go walk out for a bit, just, he's gonna try to get away from the group as much as possible.
Yeah,
You
Rune's
guys just see
just
Jaecar
gonna.
just stand up and start to leave. At this point, Halda, you would also
Okay.
be waking up at this and seeing something's amiss.
Where are you going?
As well as you, Aguilar. Yeah. see something's wrong, and you just see Jaecar just get up and quickly, briskly walk away.
I just see some air away from this.
We're outside.
Yeah.
Okay, like we're outside, but okay.
Yeah.
Rune will speak up. It's he'll be back. I don't blame him though. If he saw what I saw.
Did I miss something? Weren't you guys just asleep a second ago?
Yeah, we think Tarkus is trying to reach out to us.
Oh.
She just kind of nods, like quietly, not really delving much further than that. She's gonna wait a bit to go back to sleep as well, just kind of like post up a little ways away, still within eyesight of the camp, but she's not gonna go for like a full-on walk. Just to try and clear her head.
They didn't leap to rip each other's throats out that time. Perhaps it was a little bit different of a message.
I don't know what you saw. All I saw was them waking up. I don't know if I missed something, but maybe.
Well, she said he spoke to them. But what we witnessed in the past was them going feral. I'm just pointing out that.
You mean like speaking in their sleep?
Well, I'm not too sure. We'd have to pry further. But
Maybe we should. Maybe I should check on her. Or maybe, but
I can keep watch if everyone else is going back to bed. By the time they want to go speak.
if you can do me one favor, if her eyes look like she gets hungry, you know.
I've had Moonbeam at the ready.
Wow.
This entire time. If I see them changing, I'm launching the moonlight.
Aguilar would like to prepare a chromatic orb. No.
We're not trying to vaporize.
Oh, sorry.
As you've
Just-
done.
Just taking precautions.
That's a good idea, I think.
I'll keep an eye out. I'll keep within a acceptable range.
You know, your question earlier made me thinking, like, I am not ready to die. I will go after.
I didn't mean to make that as existential and thought-provoking as I just meant that I can. Never mind. Go.
Yeah.
Go do your thing.
Okay. It's okay. It's just I was just preferring not to be eaten, but yeah, I will go check after her. I'm gonna go follow her, I guess.
Where are you heading?
Like I said, not like really out of eyesight of the camp. She just wanted to kind of like step away from the clearing just to try and gather herself after that.
Okay. So Jaecar's off walking by himself, and then you're stepping.
Yeah, Jaecar, I imagine, is walking further than that.
I will walk up to her very hesitantly and just like tilt my head to the side. Are you okay?
She'll kind of look over and raise an eyebrow. Does she look like scared of her life?
Really scared, but she's definitely keeping her distance a bit. It's not that she's scared of you as a beast, but you know, their relationship was a little bit awkward, so it's more like that. It's like an awkward scare.
Yeah.
Nervousness. Yeah, I can. Yeah. Here, kitty, kitty. It's okay. No.
Jesus Christ. She'll just kind of slowly nod and kind of look back out into the trees. Yeah, I guess for the most part, I'm tired now. I don't really feel super rested, but
Yeah, you're a bit sweaty. Are you
thanks.
Are you fuss?
That's a weird thing.
Is everything okay? You seem a little bit not like yourself recently.
She just kind of gestures to herself, like this weird, like fucking shaved tabaxi form, as Brandon described. Yeah, I would say I haven't been feeling like myself lately. No, I'm just. It's exhausting to constantly worry about if I'm going to turn and kill you all at any given point in time. So, you know, not doing the best I could be doing.
Well, so far nothing happened. I mean, Jaecar almost ripped my guts out, but we managed, right?
Still. Lapse in control. I mean, if it happens again, maybe we're in a more pressing situation. Someone might die.
But
It's worrying me.
But we're going to this thing that we're going to help you, right? Maybe we will find a way to get you out of it.
Maybe.
You know, I meant what I said at the party. I will help you as much as I can. Even though you might not like what I have to do for it, but I mean, I'd do it for you. And so far, I haven't hurt anyone either. So, we're both good, right?
Kind of like stares at her for a second and just sighs before nodding. I mean,
Gotta be a bit more optimistic.
I wouldn't say I'm a pessimist, I'm just being realistic. It's...
Yeah, definitely no pessimist at all.
Alright. I just don't like that you're having to quite literally sell your soul to save us all. I don't... That's the part that frustrates me.
Well, you know, I even sold my soul before I knew you, so...
Fair, but... Shakes her head.
There's no turning back, so might as well make the best of it. Right?
I mean, I'm sure if there's a way to cure me and to help Jaecar, I'm sure there's a way that you can get out of something like that too.
Yeah,
I
but
won't-
that's a worry for another time, you know. It's not I am not affected as it like you are. I'm fine. The main goal right now is to make sure that you'll become yourself again. And Jaecar, I'm okay.
She'll just slowly turn to face her. This whole time she was kind of just looking out over the woods, trying not to look at her, but this time she actually does turn to face her fully.
You can see she's definitely very nervously smiling.
Can you at least promise that if it's getting bad, if it's getting out of control, you'll tell us?
I mean, yeah, it's I can promise that, but the thing is, what's the difference between your issue and I guess my situation is that I still can control myself. So I will make sure that nothing bad happens.
Right, but I'm not worried about you slipping up and hurting someone. I'm worried about what your mistress or whatever might want and how that might affect you.
Oh, she's nothing to worry about. She's such a lovely person.
You see her standing behind Rune, just looking at you, arms crossed.
Oh my god, this bitch is everywhere. she's she's pretty. She has a lot of personality, but in a good way.
Rune will just kind of like cut her off as she's like saying that last part and put a hand on her shoulder. Just like locking eyes at this point. I really need you to promise me that you'll tell us if this is getting bad.
You see, as Rune is doing that, like Fiona like comes up alongside, like hovering over Rune's shoulder, just looking, smiling at you.
You can, if you're that close to Cordelie, you can see that her eyes are like looking between you and whatever's standing next to you. Like your eyes are moving back and forth.
Can I look back over my shoulder? Do I?
Yeah, you watch Rune look right at her, and she doesn't
Oh,
look at
God.
Rune. She's just continuing looking at you. Rune, you see nothing. There's nothing there.
Yeah. Shake her head and furrow her eyebrows a little bit, but looks back to her, still waiting for that answer.
Yeah, I promise.
Do I even need to insight that one?
I would say yes, because she's still trying to like, I don't know.
Okay.
She's be like, oh, I just thought I saw something in the bushes. You know, this situation earlier was so scary. The fight and all, you know, seeing you paralyzed got me worked up a little.
I rolled a nat one, so it doesn't matter. So just, she believes you, I suppose.
Yeah, it just seems like nerves.
I mean, you can definitely have your doubts. That's like, you don't have to believe me to 100%, but she seems
no.
kind of truthful.
She's wanting to believe her is the problem.
Yeah, I guess that's the best way to put it.
Yeah. Slowly nod. Right, because
But-
I'm sorry for. By the way, I'm sorry for how I was acting at the party. I just frustrated.
No, you don't need to apologize. I get it. It can be quite a lot. You know, sometimes it's a lot for me as well. So don't worry. You know, I'm just glad you're okay, and we will just, you know, try to help you, and that's the most important thing.
She's just like nods once again, looks at her for a second, where she leans forward and presses a kiss to her forehead.
Sorry, I did not expect that.
No.
Carly would get red as fuck. She's already red, right? But she would look like she's gonna explode.
I'm just gonna stay out here for a while. Go get some rest.
Okay. She's just turning around, like stiff as fuck, just completely taken aback, and just walks back. It looks at Lumen. I think everything is fine.
He was watching, right? He was keeping an eye on if anything bad happened. It certainly seemed like it was fine.
She just ate something wrong, I think.
Oh, you're saying like that's why she woke like that? That's what you're saying?
Yeah. I don't know why she's still lying. I think she's just taken aback.
Insight.
Does Lumen need to roll insight for that? Because she said
No,
that.
I don't think we do.
Yeah, she
I-
said that
Right.
she heard a voice.
Yeah, you don't need to roll insight for
I
that. I
think-
don't
think
Can Lumen-
how
can
flustered
Lumen
she is
tell?
now? It's an inch that you,
Yeah,
you can
can-
tell something. It's something different, but
I was gonna say, can Lumen tell from the kiss on the forehead and her flustered?
yeah.
There's just like literal lipstick on her forehead.
She's like, oh, what just happened? I don't know. I just go to sleep, and she just falls with her face first onto her bedroll and just buries her face. And then she doesn't move at all anymore. She's basically dead right now.
Alrighty. Is anybody else doing anything during the long rest?
Where's Jaecar? Is he safe? Is he okay?
Jaecar, yeah, you're off, kind of walking with your thoughts. Are you doing anything in particular as you're?
I'd like to fucking scream.
Okay, you're gonna yell.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Okay.
get my fucking sword out. I'm going to scream. I'm going to go towards the nearby fucking tree, and I'm going to wail at it as much as I can.
Okay, so as you were all bedding down, like, kind of recovering from that, and
Just
like, oh, yeah,
away from
everything's
everybody
fine
so
again.
nobody hears me.
You're going that far?
I want to.
Damn.
If
Yeah.
it's allowed.
Yeah, that's like it's probably like a mile or so, maybe farther. You head down, and you do that, and you just start whacking away on this tree. The jagged blade covered in like dried blood. And eventually, you do fell the tree pretty quickly with your anger and just the strength behind these blows. The tree falls down and just kind of creaks a bit before slamming down into the ground next to you. You're just left with the stump.
I'm just gonna sit on top of it and just bury my hands in there. Just on my face and just silence for a bit. Just silence. I just need silence.
Calda, you did see Jaecar walk off very briskly. Were you and anybody else doing anything, following him, or just letting him?
Yeah, I could. If he was just wandering off without saying anything, after a while she would go. She wouldn't
Okay.
run after people, but
I'll say you get to about the point where you hear a tree fall. And eventually find your way to where he's sitting on the stump, the now freshly cut stump underneath him.
He's motionless and hasn't really seemed to notice you at this point. As he takes good old trusty Rusty and just drops in front of him. Fuck. He turns towards you, kind of like now hearing the footsteps of Kalda approaching, and just looks really confused. You also need fresh air.
I just wanted to make sure you were okay, Jaecar. You went off without saying anything, so...
My God. You see that his hands are shaking in front of him as he's staring at the serrated edge of the blade, and he looks outward and just goes towards Kalda slowly. I had one of those at the dream.
Oh, right. Do you need some time alone? Was it bad?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every second of it, and that's why it's hard for me. Because as I'm enjoying every second of tearing into something. Now there's nothing left, and my hands are bloody red, and I think for a second when we were there, those cultists, those people fleeing, I thought I enjoyed seeing them run too.
Well, that's probably the hunting part of you, right? It's like with cats and dogs. Like you see things running and they want to go after them. I think that's in the heat of battle. Anyone would feel like that, Jakar.
It felt different. I felt like it was just so easy. I just wanted to feel the snap of their spine. I just wanted to hear them gurgle up when they're just drowning in their own blood. I wanted to feel every second of their fucking suffering while I suffered with them.
Ella just kind of blinks a few times.
It used to be so easy. It used to be so easy. I used to enjoy it. And now it's terrifying. Why? Why is it so terrifying?
Wait, what's terrifying, buddy? What's there? Just the fighting? Is it hard? You don't have to fight if it's too hard.
No. I don't think too much when I get into it. It just feels like second nature, you know. I just lose myself completely. But now, lately, every single time I see blood, I feel disgust. And there's no glory in that anymore. There's no thrill of the hunt. It's just, they're so weak. So weak and so easy, and it's not a challenge anymore. You're not getting a bounty out of it. There's no, it's just dead. And when I died, I thought that was it. I thought it was just gonna disappear and everything will finally end. And then I get this dream and it's telling me, oh, when all of this is over, when I finally kick the bucket, there's just more of that. There's no end. It's just suffering here, and then there's suffering after.
Sounds like a grim view of things, Jakar. Not everyone feels that way.
But that's what waits for me, and maybe I deserve it. After everything I've done, maybe I do deserve something like this. Because I enjoy it too much.
Do you think people can change, Jakar?
I want to believe that.
I think the pact around you is living proof that people can change. She kind of smiles at him a little bit.
I almost got Corday. Almost got you. You know, when I brought you in the morning so we could take that walk so we can see how hard your blade could hit me, I really thought, you know, if somebody had to put me down, might as well been you.
Well, I appreciate that. I think. Is that an honor? I feel like it's an honor.
That's what I feel like that's what my people would call an honor.
She nods solemnly.
You know, that song that I asked you to me remember that lullaby that my mother sang to me every night. It felt more like a warning about all of this. You know, I never really saw her again after one night, we went hunting together. It was me and her. In nights like this, we'd walk out, and she'd go off on her own. When she came back, we had something to eat. Always. And I enjoyed those nights, and I thought we were bonding, getting closer. A part of me felt like she was trying to run from something. Maybe from me.
Why would she be running from you, Jaecar?
Look at me.
She gives him like a once over.
Those people in the village, they saw me the same. I'm not as dumb as people think that I am. I know what they fear. I know what I am.
Maybe you were just around the wrong people. I mean, around the Kender, I mean, around halflings, you'd be alright. We don't see people that way.
Well, there were more people like you. I
Yeah.
just,
More people like me.
you're not afraid of me.
No?
Okay. I shouldn't worry the others then. I just need
Well,
to get this out.
I mean, it sounds like you're going through a lot. If you need a hand, you just have to ask any of us. That's what friends are for.
I never had friends like this before. I'm afraid I'm just gonna fuck it up. I never had a family like this before, and I fucked it up too.
Yeah, I think the fear is part of it. It means that it matters.
It matters a lot. It's the only thing that I have. Because I know what's gonna come after now.
Well, let's hope we can change that fate. But it's not predetermined.
It's in my nature. And let's hope that that thing about changing does actually apply to me as well. Hey. He looks back towards Trusty Rusty.
Well, Jaecar, I believe in people changing, but if if I really had to, I could always make a wish for you. She smiles again.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm worth one, I must have a pretty damn good friend along my side.
I'd say you had more than one. And she hugs him.
Ooh. Oh.
Alright. Anymore and I'll get too mushy.
That's right. I don't want to worry the others over not too much. I mean, next they'll be out with their weapons drawn. It'll be a whole thing.
No. Your words don't have that much, magic anymore, but they're still just as powerful.
Thank you.
They walk back.
You walk back, kind of the light of the larger of the two moons of Exandria, Katha, the white light kind of shining away. For a moment, you feel just problemless. You are just in the moment, enjoying the night stroll. You don't have a curse, you don't have a bloodlust to worry about, you don't have your past or your future to worry about. You're just there with a friend, taking a very beautiful night stroll through the Silt Basin Pass. Do you pick Trusty Rusty back up, or are you leaving it behind?
I thought I was gonna pick Trusty Rusty back, but part of me thinks that some blades just need to be let go.
You just leave it there?
Yeah, it served me well.
Leaving the rusted, jagged blade that you started journeying with this group with.
Some random dude in the woods gonna trip over it.
Yeah,
What the hell is
Neat.
this? Oh. Why do I feel the urge to kill everybody?
yeah.
Just you kind of find yourself falling behind a bit as you're walking back with Calda, and you just kind of take a second to look at her, and there's just this. She's much smaller than you, but it's held true for every conversation, and especially now, you just take a second to appreciate the power not only of her newfound martial prowess, but her words, her determination, and the courage that she fills you with. Kind of look from her up to the moon of Kappa, and there's just, you can't help but smile. Not a sadistic smile, not one of bias, but of realizing that even if this will be a very difficult road, you have a pack that will travel it with you. You gotta continue on. You return back to the camp, all of you. And I imagine you're all taking a long rest, nothing else to sort of touch on.
I suppose.
We sleeping.
Okay. You guys can mark a long rest. Nothing else out of the ordinary happens. You still do have that level of exhaustion, Rune.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You have the +2 to both you and Jaecar have a +2 to attack rolls and damage rolls.
Yeah.
For the day.
That's
Um,
gonna be nasty.
Goodbye, Rusty.
as you guys are continuing on the next day, traveling, you imagine this is the day you'll reach Gwardan. As you're approaching, you can see there are. You don't see the city yet, but you feel as though you're pretty close, about halfway through the travel. You see a group of folks that are seemingly have some sort of station set up. You're not too sure. You see a couple guards, Zalezo, that are out here that are just watching over things. But the people that are off to the side, they have what look to be different crafts. You see there's like 4 or 5 canvases set up, and there is an individual kind of sitting in front of them with a canvas of his own that is like painting on it and looking back to them, and kind of looks almost like a class is being taught of some sort. And off to the side, you can see an individual who is kind of doing his own thing. Looks to be training a bit. You see this elf that has this long blonde hair, kind of bushy eyebrows with gray eyes, and you see at the moment he is actively focusing on a blade, a short sword, that is beautifully crafted, very elvish made. It looks like it's just floating around him. And he's kind of like concentrating. You see there is like the sword kind of rises up and does a couple like swift strikes in front of him before it floats back into the sheath that he has at his side. And he kind of like lets out an exhale, almost as if he was holding his breath the whole time, and kind of sighs and turns around and looks to you all as you all approach. He's kind of the one closest to you all, and he's like, "Oh, forgive me, I did not see you all there. What brings your group this way? I imagine you're heading to Gwardan, correct?"
Uh, who's asking?
Forgive me, I am Fenyor Willowpath, son to the Noldar, Phalis. Kind of looks around and sees the not really much recognition in the faces. He's like, the Noldar are the ones that oversee the government in Gwardan.
Oh,
course,
why,
we-
yes, of course, sir. My name is Cordelia Rimim of the Rimim family. She's like struggling really hard to stay like formal.
Mhm.
You
He kinda,
probably heard of
extends a
us.
hand to shake your hand, kind of formally. He's like, pleasure. Who
The
might the rest?
pleasure's all mine, sir.
Of course. What might the rest of you all call yourselves?
Alda, decloak. At your service. And she bows.
Kind of gives a bow in kind.
Rune Aaron. She just kind of nods her head in a greeting. She's not being anywhere near as formal as the other two.
Quick. Who did he say that he answers to?
I didn't say he
He said
answered
he's-
to anybody. He said he was Fenyor Willowpath, son to the Noldar Phalis.
Thalis?
Phalis. F-E-Y-L-E-S.
Oh, okay. I thought he was a Thalis, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm about to metagame hard.
I heard Thalis too.
I
and
heard
was like,
Thalis. And I was like, nope. Lumen will it wasn't going to change what Lumen to say, because even if I thought that what that was, but name's Lumen. Pleasure.
Yeah. Nods to you as well. Looks to Jaecar and Aglar.
Jaecar. Back up, you two.
Gives a nod. Are you wearing your circlet of human perfection, by the way, Jaecar?
Yeah.
Kind of gives a nod and smiles. Looks at you. Looks to Aglar as well and says,
Aglar, just still brooding.
quite a interesting group that has come here. I must warn you, it's been quite dangerous around the Silk Basin Pass, unfortunately. Now, normally we would head out to the forest to train, practice our crafts, as is what the Archheart would want of us, but
Rune perks up at that.
recently we've unfortunately had a large force of goblins mobilize in a way we've not seen before. They're groups worshippers primarily. We've had run-ins previously, but now they're almost using guerrilla-like tactics, guerrilla warfare. It's unheard of and deeply disturbing. But you shouldn't let that worry you.
Gorillas.
Gwardan is still very well protected.
Yeah, never heard of that. But sounds like something we can handle.
So you kind of perks up. He's like, so you're here to offer your service to help.
I mean,
We have somewhere we all
I
need
mean-
to be, correct?
Rune
Yeah.
kind of like froze her eyebrows a little bit at that. I mean, I feel like I'm almost obligated to. I'm not super devout, but I'm also a follower of the Archart.
Oh. Oh, yes. And he kind of looks at your bow, kind of seeing like the little bit of it peeking out behind your back. He's like, I see now. And he kind of, may I, please?
Yeah. Full on sling it.
He
Hold it up.
picks it, and you could tell he seems primarily trained in swordsmanship, but he handles it very well. Kind of like feels the weight of it. He's like, I have to be quite honest with you. This Gwardan is a city of craft. We make wonderful, wonderful things, and I have not seen anything quite like this in some time. This is a very beautiful piece you have. I'm sure he looks down fondly upon you for this. He kind of hands it back to you and smiles.
It's more so my father's work there. Like I said, I'm not as good. I more so just do a lot of the work on my armor and everything. She kind of gestures to, like, I guess, like, the chest plate of her armor, which is very, like, has a lot of, like, intricate designs that look like they were etched in with, like, leather workers' tools. It's not special in any way, but it's just pretty looking. Looks cool.
That one fucking sucks. No, I like the bow better. No, he
Yeah,
doesn't.
That's fair.
He's like, he kind of like looks and like kind of stoops down a little bit to look at like the more intricate stuff. Not like super close, but just kind of like he like nods and smiles. He's like, "Oh, you and your father both have an eye for craft, and you are most welcome in Gwardan. But back to the matter at hand, would you all be willing to assist us? I mean, I'm sure they would more than be willing to pay you for your services and time."
I mean, we kind of have a business meeting to attend.
I mean, they might be connected, maybe.
Aren't we a little bit short on time? Looking at Rune.
I don't know if there's a time frame, but we could maybe check on it after we do our thing.
If I know we've just met, and forgive me for being forward, but if I can ask who you are wanting to meet, perhaps I could arrange a meeting or assist you. I know many people in
That is
Gwardan.
too forward, sir. I'm sorry. You know, not every business has to be spoken out loud. But you're forgiven. Don't worry.
He's just like, it's a really
trying to assist.
weird hug to Cordelie. Like, Jesus. Aggressive. She just shakes her head.
Next 5 encounters, I'm just gonna target Nova just to kill Cordelie off and be like, God.
She just shakes her head. Sorry, we're not meaning to come off as abrasive. I don't think you know them.
We are.
Bryce. Oh,
We are.
Well, whatever your business, it is none of mine. Your friend is correct. Be careful if you're going to travel around Gwardan. There not only is it the goblins, but there have also been sightings of gnolls and hyenas, which are not native to this area. They seem to be skirmishing almost. It's quite strange.
Next, you're gonna tell us you have a dragon that we need to slay.
All right.
No, I surely would not ask that. No, I don't think anybody here would be capable of doing such a thing, myself included, or anybody in the city. Hopefully, we'll never have to do such a thing. But foreshadowing. But anyway, and I hope we never have to go to a dungeon either, or a 5th edition.
Yeah, we have neither dungeons nor dragons in our wonderful little town.
In any case, if you find yourself willing to help, you change your mind, we would be willing to offer a very good reward. If you would like to, you could head to the Ornatora. It is towards the center of the city is the spiraling, leafless-looking tree that sits there. towards the top is where the Noldar usually meet to have their meetings and discuss threats and things of that nature. You should seek the gruff elvish man found within the tower, and you see he kind of like smirks as he says that. His name is Sontar. He's a bit on edge as of late, so don't take any offense. He calls this personal. He's just in charge of the security for the tower and the Quora Ring district. And with the outer lying threats, he's been very gruffer than usual. But if you tell him that Fenyor sent you, and that I believe you can be a help, I'm sure he will be more than happy to allow you to pass.
Excuse my ignorance. Not too sure. This word, I'm not familiar. Noldar? Is that a sort of leadership position?
Correct. As I said, it is originally when Gwardan was made, it had its own government before the Clovis Concord, and in days past, Gwardan was governed by 4 Noldar, who were individuals selected in the idea of fairness, so that we did not just have one leader to answer to, but rather a council of individuals from different pasts. When we joined the Clovis Concord, however, we were made to elect a marquis, and as such, we have done so since that period of time. We are currently headed by Marquis Vasan Atrith. She's a very fair and wise woman, but she still consults with the other 3 Noldar as well, her being the 4.
Well, if the job you're offering has come up in a top rung, that's certainly good for us to know. I think we'll all keep that in mind.
Yes, the city is still at ease, but those of us that have more combat experience and have seen what we're dealing with are understandably a little bit more on edge.
You said this is involving Grumsh.
Yes, as I said, we have dealt with these goblins before, and they, in the past, have worshipped Grumsh, the betrayer god. I'm not sure if you're all familiar with him. He points to you, Rune. He's like usually seen as one of the arch nemesis of the Archheart.
Alright, yeah.
Yes. Which makes it especially dangerous for people like you and me and the House of Enchantment, the main worshipping temple of the Archheart within the city. But they have taken to, during their fights, my father, one of the Noldar, as I mentioned, was out on a hunting trip, and he barely made it back alive. He hasn't been the same since, honestly. He's been quite shaken. But he told us they answered to somebody called the Emerald Father. We have no record of any deity or being that's gone by such a moniker, so we're not entirely sure.
Would you consider your situation, I don't know, for lack of better words, desperate?
Desperate? No, we haven't gotten to that point, but we certainly would appreciate the help, I imagine.
Okay. We'll think about it.
You see standing behind him, Fiona, his arms crossed, looking at you like, bro, you really... She gives you a look like, you really think it's going to be that simple?
I mean, God could try.
If only somebody came offering a pact with a greater feed. Oh, please, someone. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, what a coincidence. Have
Really
you
wanna
heard of...
suffer for eternity?
They don't need to know all the details, No need to read the little print.
I think we should be on our way then.
Yeah.
Right.
He kind of nods, gives like a formal bow to all you. He's like, if you plan on sticking around Gwardan for long, hopefully we will cross paths again. If you wish to find a good place to stay, may I recommend the Gifted Galleon Inn and Tap House. It is quite a lovely place. One of the
Oh, I
one
can't
of,
wait.
one of the family that runs it. One of the families that runs it is actually one of the other Noldars as well. So quite looked upon quite.
I mean,
highly.
that sounds.
What did you
Sounds
say?
fancy.
It sounds
she's,
what?
she's like, it sounds lovely.
Oh,
Ah,
lovely,
lovely.
Hmm.
he
It'll be
nods.
worth an introduction, yeah.
And anyway, take care and stay safe. He looks to you, Rune. He says, "May Corellian guide your shot."
Yours
Peace.
as well.
Calder like
Please.
sidles up next to Cordeline and she's like, I can't fucking stand nepotism.
What is nepotism?
I'll explain on the way. So you see,
I do have to drink after all this.
You guys eventually continue on, and you see in the distance Gwardan as you're approaching. It is this beautifully rustic yet elegantly refined city of stained wood and gold that rises from the windswept tall grass fields, cultivated farmland, and clustered trees. It's a little bit cold here. It's a little chilly, but you see it is just picture an elvish city out in the tall grass and farmland surrounding it. Is you can see why they are very kind of take pride in their craft here. It's very beautiful as you all approach, and you do see in the distance as you're all um, continuing on, you do see the leafless structure that he described to you. This like spiraling leafless structure that seems to have all different matters of like windows and like little platforms peeking out of it that spirals up, standing kind of very tall above the rest of the city. And you imagine that is where the Noldar kind of meet. But you guys make it to the city, and you can see it is a decently sized little place. There's, if you had to guess, probably around 20,000 people that live in this. Is a decent sized city. You see all manner of in terms of defense. You see a lot of Zalezo. You know the typical guard of the Clovis Concord. You see some hired individuals. You actually see at one point, you see one of the guards that you guys fought with back at the lake. The ones you let go. You see one of them who's just like at the moment looks like he's with another client. He looks to you all and he kind of like does a double take, and he just kind of nervously gives a little wave and he just quickens his pace.
Oh my.
He's like, oh. But you also see there seem to be like a city militia as well that seem unaffiliated with the Zalezo. They seem to have their own sort of thing as well. God damn it! Fucking Always Sunny gif.
I love that gift so much. I use it all the time.
But as you guys enter the city and you are surrounded by all different, mostly it's a good portion of elves here, but you do see also humans, gnomes, and a couple other races, things of that nature. There's people coming and going. It's like the middle of the day. What are you all doing?
Should we grab our rooms first and then go from there? Are
Yeah,
we
why
staying?
not?
Makes the most sense. Place to meet back if any of us
Yeah.
decide to split up.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are heading. I imagine you're heading to the one you recommended, the Gifted Galleon Inn and Tap House.
Oh,
Yeah.
show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
With minor protest from Calder along the way.
As you guys enter, you can see it is a very nice place. It looks like it's been around for a while. It kind of gives off like an old elvish, not like ancient, but an older elvish sort of craft vibe to it. Something you would see, probably from your grandparents or your parents, Rune, and probably seen some things mixed in as well, Aglar, that you've seen from reminiscent of what you grew up in. It is quite lovely. You can hear. It seems to be so. It is an inn and a tap house, and it looks like there's two separate buildings that kind of connect with like an middle kind of hallway. You guys enter the inn portion, and it seems like it's somewhat busy in here, but you hear just like chatter and all manner of people down the hall in the tap house portion. Seems like it's very busy. As you all enter, you see a woman. You see a woman who is very. Seems like she's arguing with somebody. She's an elf. She looks like a younger elf, and she's standing next to like a intricate looking plant, like a large plant that kind of takes up one of the corners of when you guys walk in. And she's arguing with what appears to be someone related to her, probably her brother. She's like, I don't understand why we have to keep these indoors. They need sunlight. They need to be set free. We shouldn't just keep them as just a set piece. And you see the other one looks to her and says, I don't know where these concerns came from, but this is foolish. A plant is a plant. As long as we take care of it, which we are, as part of our duties, it's really not that big of a deal. Maybe not a big of a deal for you, but and he kind of like holds up his hand and looks to you all and says, "Oh, hello, welcome to the Gifted Galleon Inn. Were you all looking to for a room, or perhaps were you here for the tap house?"
Is the plant like dying, or is like something
Oh,
wrong with the plant?
It looks fine. It looks lively.
Oh, okay. We need some rooms, and I think drinks are not bad either.
I'd
Right?
like one.
All right. Well, we have a couple of rooms available. Were you looking for a more just normal room, or perhaps something a little bit nicer? If you choose one of the nicer rooms, it obviously will cost a little bit more, but it also comes with free meals and room service if you'd like as well.
Do you have something like a suite, like something that we could all share?
He kind of smiles. He says, "We indeed do have that. Yes, that would be our most expensive room, but that
Don't
could
get
be
any ideas. We're not that kind of party.
Forgive me. No, I did not think that. No, he seems like a little flustered at that notion.
You can join if you want.
What?
So what will
What's
it
the
be?
price? What's the price for the suite?
For the suite, it is 10 gold. Yes.
All right, we'll take
Sounds like a
that.
steal.
I'll pay it.
Okay, Quarterly's paying it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is a.
The house is all of us?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Looking at the life, the sort of. Sorry, hold on 1 second. Lodging. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, we'll stay with that. That's fine. Yeah, he kind of nods and he grabs a key, kind of from a secure, what sounds like a lockbox of some sort underneath. You hear him like utter like some magic words and see you can hear like a spell being cast briefly before he reaches in, takes a key, closes it, and utters another incantation. Aguilar, you would recognize, you being a wizard, you would recognize, especially an abjuration wizard. He's basically using the passphrase for an arcane lock on this thing. It's like an enchanted lock. But he gets the key and he's like, "Please, if you would all follow me, I'll take you up to your room, of course." And you all walk
Lovely.
away. You see the younger elf woman just ignores you all and goes back to kind of looking at the plant, a little kind of her eyebrows furrowed, and she kind of scoffs and walks away.
While he walks us, I want to tell him she's right. By the way, a little bit sun would not hurt that plant.
Oh, of course. No, I assure you, I am not too sure where these came from. She never had these issues up until recently. Forgive me. Family drama is not something I wish to impart upon any of you. But we do take care of our plants. We water them every other day so as not to drown them. And a bunch of other plant things because Brandon doesn't know how to fucking take care of plants. So yes,
A
he says
bunch of other plants.
a bunch of other
Other
plant
plant
things.
things.
He would say,
You
very
really-
well informed
you
that
think-
Brandon
No,
is
no,
not well
I
informed.
understand. You got to make sure you get the
You
right
think
kind of
they'll
soil and nutrients,
little-
and you're giving them the right amount of sunlight.
Read of Shakespeare.
May I ask, who's this Brendan that you speak of?
His head just explodes.
Oh, we forgot. Oh.
Oh no, my new
Almost
dress.
Okay. You're all led to your room. It is at the very end of the hall. It's actually at like the highest point of like on like a third. It's actually on a story of its own. Like the third story is entirely this suite, and it is very lavish. It is just a large open room. The entire, like I said, entire third story is dedicated to this. It has windows that look out in every direction to like down below to the streets. You can see all the bustling and many very comfy looking couches, chairs, beds, and even has a nice little fireplace built in as well that seems to be magically lit.
Perfect. Can we also have drinks delivered up here?
Oh, of course, yes. It's included with the room, as I said. What did you all want?
How about 5 bottles of your best whiskey, rum, and wine?
Jesus.
Gonna get.
He
Damn.
folds his hands
We're not
together and
leaving.
bows and says, "Right
That's
away, of
3
course.
drinks, not
Enjoy your
one.
stay."
He said drinks are included. What do you mean?
I mean, to be fair, 10 gold for one night is a lot of money. Like that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's like
That's
a
true.
lot. That is a lot.
You did just drop a lot.
Not for us, baby.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Not
need
for
this. You
adventurers.
know, my house, my home just got burnt down. Like, give me at least some nice nights after sleeping in the dirt.
Uh-huh.
It's our temporary house.
All right.
Can we also have a shield outside that says Manor Rimim, please? It's spelled R-H-I.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, as you guys all kind of get settled in, you've spent quite a bit of money on the thing. You've arrived at Gwardan, and seems like there's some other problems potentially to take care of that may or may not be related to what you're looking into. But as you all get settled in and drinks are brought to you, and you kind of kick back for a moment after a long bit of journeying down from Druvenlode, that is where we will end our session for the day.
Yay.
So we will pick up there next time.
Okay.
I expect those bottles to be delivered by like scantily clad, attractive women with little sparklers too.
Hello,
Sit
we're
in
here
there.
too. You have 3 attractive women here. What do you need?
No, haven't you ever ordered bottle service at like a club or
One
seen
very
someone order it?
attractive
That's how they
noble here,
always.
too.
I actually gave
That's
him
where-
a note that said, please bring it with some shirtless elfin men.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
where
Damn.
that's
Yeah.
where Brandon self-inserts himself into the game. He delivers it.
So this elf is called Brandon, and this is Brandon with an
No,
E.
it's spelled BRAE apostrophe DN. Bray.
There
you go.
Yeah, this is Brayden.
Raiden.
All right. Well, we will pick up there next time, and I appreciate you guys coming out. Have a good one.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
Bye bye.